It's my first time doing a video like this. It feels weird. It feels weird.
You're extra.
I am. This is the start of a new series. I'm a little nervous about it because it really goes off the rails. We're gonna start this off on an interesting event that happened to me. Basically, this is the worst reaction I've ever had upon telling someone that I like them. It was really bad. It was really bad. And I'm gonna tell you about it. This is the beginning of a crazy chain of events. So make sure to stay tuned to see how these humble beginnings play into what became a life-changing, life-altering experience for me. It all started my junior year of university, of college. I was a major in biomedical engineering, and we had a pretty tight-knit group of classmates, but among them was someone that I kind of had a crush on. And since the beginning, we had a few classes together, we were friends, we would text often, so like we were pretty close, but we were never at the point where like I was either friend zoned or like one of us had feelings for the other until like we were at this point. So I figured I would arrange something for us to go out together, and I'll tell her how I felt about her. And for the sake of this series, we're gonna call her Clarissa. So this classmate of mine, Clarissa, I kind of had a crush on her. She was Christian, I was Christian. She was a biomedical engineering student, I was a biomedical engineering student. We had a lot in common, similar hours, similar, concerns about life and the future. We had a lot to talk about. So, and I mean, it goes without saying, like, I thought she was pretty, so there's that too. There was a lot going, and I was like, maybe something could happen here, It's junior year, it's not too late for like me to confess my love, but it's not too early that there's years of awkwardness to follow. So this is my chance. So kind of midway through junior year, I figured I'd invite her out for just like a night of fun, and then at the end of it, just cap it all off with telling her that I liked her. It went pretty well, for the most part. We came here to Colonial Square. We got some tropical smoothie. What's the name of it? Thunder smoothie? Smoothie tropic? It is tropical smoothie?
Yeah.
Why would I? Tropical smoothie. Okay.
Tropical smoothie.
And we got smoothies, unsurprisingly. She got this gross green one that we were talking about.
Delicious.
Okay. And I got like a chocolate thing.
Gross.
But yeah, we just sat there and talked for a while about like our classes and just life in general. She was telling me about her dog, her parents, all that stuff. We were just talking, overall having a good time. I had planned for us to do a couple more things, but she had to go home for something, or I don't remember what it was, that we had to cut it short. So I kind of took that as a sign. I took that as a sign that, oh, I need to make my move now or else I'm gonna lose my chance. Because that's usually what happens to me. That's how things play out in my life. So we leave Tropical Smoothie, I'm taking her home, and I figure the drive home is the perfect time, okay? Because if it doesn't go well, we only have like a minute of awkwardness. And if it goes well, we can just chill in the car and talk about it. Which ended up being, well, not quite what happened. But so I told her, exactly how I felt. I started, driving safe, looking forward. I was explaining how I felt. Yeah.
Sorry, I just have been there now.
Yeah, I just told her like, hey Clarissa, now that I'm like actually telling it, I remember the words that I used. I was like, hey Clarissa, I think about you a lot.
I could just feel myself in that car.
And she replied, I think about you a lot too. I'm the worst. And then she kind of like reconsidered, and she was like, hold on, wait, you mean like a friend? And I was like, well, here's the thing, I think about you like more than a friend. There's a huge long pause. I know it's like processing emotions, heavy stuff, but it's like a straight minute and a half of silence in the car after I tell her, and I'm like I don't want to make it awkward, so I just keep driving like if we didn't talk about anything. Like, I guess we're just gonna brush over that and that's gonna be it. So in the passenger side of the car, I hear like heavy breathing. And I'm like, is she laughing at me? Like, what? Like, I tell you I like you and you just like stifle a laugh? Like, what? Who do you think so I turn around, I look at her, and she's crying, like bawling, like sobbing, and stifling like all of that. And I'm just like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Yeah, she's like bawling, like it's really bad. Like I had some napkins in my car and like I handed it to her, but like I was just like, what do you say? I'm awkward as is, you know, put me in a situation like that, I'm the worst. So I was just like, hey, I am really sorry. Do you want to talk about anything, or if not talk about anything is fine. Just, do you like me? No, okay, whatever. Like, I'm that ugly that the thought of me liking you is like, makes you cry. That wasn't it, obviously. Literally everyone that drives by, we have like 10 seconds of full-on eye contact.
I know.
Yeah, then she explains to me the reason she was crying. And she was going through a lot emotionally. She was telling me that her previous relationship, it was very bad. He would like call her names and not value her, and she put a lot into that relationship and gave a lot to that relationship, and in the end it didn't work out, and it was something that she regretted a lot and she was still healing from. She was explaining this to me and I'm like, hey, that's totally understandable. Like, we all need time to heal. That doesn't make you any less of a person that you're through that experience. Like, I'm here for you. Like, in any way that you want me to be here for you, I'm here for you. That I was trying to give her, like, you know, I'm a supportive friend, but I could also be a very supportive man. So she wasn't picking up what I was putting down. She was crying, so like it didn't work. Like nothing happened there. So I was trying to console her. You know, I was giving her napkins and like listening to her. And by that time, she was like, "Hey, look, like I'm a mess. I can't go home like bawling like this. My parents are gonna think like, you know, something worse happened than actually happened. Like we need to stop somewhere for me to just kind of like process my thoughts, explain everything, and you know, kind of like make my face right so that my parents don't think that you're a horrible person." I'm okay. So we came here. And she kind of composed herself and she was explaining to me that she wasn't in a place where she was ready to date or think about dating. She wasn't really in that mindset, and I was too young. She was like, she said that. She was like crying, like bawling, and then she was like, and you're too young. And she would like keep crying. I'm like, oh, okay. That's fine. But what? I didn't know her age at that time.
How old?
I found out like 3 months later that she was like 5 years older than I am, which I couldn't tell because I'm horrible at telling ages. She was telling me that she put a lot into that relationship that she just got out of, and she was still healing from it. And I was kind of too young, and then she would start crying again, and she'd be like, I'm unlovable, like, I'm gonna die alone with cats, like, no one can love me. And I was looking at her like, are you just gonna act like I didn't just tell you I liked you and wanted to be with you? But, you know, okay, you're emotional, fine, I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide. You know, I still, like, had a crush on her despite everything, but of course I gave her space and I gave her that time, you know, because she needed to heal, and I didn't want to force anything either. So I just kind of left it at that. I took her to her house, and we stayed, if anything, that brought us closer as friends. We stayed pretty close friends, but, you know, in a romantic sense, I didn't push it and it didn't really go any further. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is part of a series, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, tell me what you think. I'm trying something different. And I'm really trying to take you on this emotional journey with me. So I hope that you guys like it. Thank you so much. I'm getting distracted. Gotta talk to you later. Bye.
Come on, now here.